I've listened to a few of your interviews talking about salt therapy. I think it's called halotherapy, right?
Yep.
And your story of your healing, how you got interested in it, and it's really fascinating. I've never been to a clinic where they had a salt room, and so I just started getting into it. I don't know, 2-3 months ago. So Christy from your team got me I paid for the portable chamber, and then I just recently upgraded to the sauna looking wooden box. And I've just been blown away because I tend to have sinus congestion. And every time I use it, just Niagara Falls. So I actually keep a Kleenex box right outside the door.
Yep. Yeah, no, and I look forward to kind of educating your listeners about it too, because, you know, people, when you talk about and say salt therapy, that could mean so many things to so many people. Mm-hmm. And people naturally, I think, have a general appreciation that salt is therapeutic. You know, it used to be a preservative, right? When before refrigeration. Why? Kills bacteria. Nothing can grow on salt. And dry salt, you know, people are maybe familiar utilizing neti pots and, you know, saline solutions, you know, in our eyes. And if you ever had something serious, you know, you got a saline solution. So salt is essential to our being human. And hopefully we can kind of let people know the difference between breathing in dry salt aerosol versus being by the ocean where I live, where there is benefit. People been to the ocean breathing in salty air, but that's evaporated salt that already has moisture to it. So the whole benefit of what you are getting the benefit from, of what halotherapy is all about, is that you're utilizing a pure grade sodium chloride, which comes from the earth, right? It's in our seas, it's in our land, salt ponds and whatnot, but it's been purified. You know, when you go to use saline solution, they're not putting in Dead Sea salt or Himalayan salt, even though those have their own qualities. This is a pure grade sodium chloride that when you breathe in, to your point, it pulls out, it's absorbent. So if you've got excess mucus, you've got drainage. When you look at we breathe about 2,000 gallons of air a day. And what's in that air we breathe that we can't see, from respiratory to virus to, as we've learned from COVID, but just allergies, dander, chemicals that we spray, fumes, our HVAC system, you know, we spend more time indoors, and indoor air quality is 3 to 5 times worse than outdoor air. So while salt therapy is a great modality, to your point, for a lot of respiratory conditions, and we can talk a little bit how it works or why, there's some other environmental things that are happening in the world that impact our respiratory system. That is part of the issues to address as well. But I'm glad that you get into this. You know, we really were the ones that created that. It's been 10 years ago that I started the company, and the salt booth that you're referring to was the initial innovative concept that we came out with, which was an individualized way of sitting in something for just 10 minutes and getting salted, as opposed to being in a health resort, being that may be a bigger session, or even going to where this really came from, which are the salt mines over in Eastern Europe. So lots of different things that are going on, but I appreciate the opportunity to be on here. And I know you've got questions, and so be happy to answer them and go back and forth with how we can best educate people about salt therapy.